The 49-year-old was spotted driving a car that was reported stolen in a robbery. He was arrested after he led the police in a chase rather than stop when told to. His charges landed him in Judge Mindy Glazer's Miami-Dade bond court, where his bond was set at $43,000 or a year in jail if he couldn't pay. However, just as the judge was done with him, she asked if he went to Nautilus for middle school.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go to Nautilus for middle school?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry to see you there. I always wondered what happened to you, sir.
Oh my goodness.
This is the nicest kid in middle school.
The judge recalled how she admired him in school and wondered what became of him.
He was the best kid in middle school. I used to play football with him and all the kids. And look what has happened. I'm so sorry.
Oh my goodness.
He eventually served 10 months in prison, but the unusual reunion with his classmate affected his life. This is Judge John C. Murphy. Courtroom proceedings can be hectic, but on this day, things got a little more than just hectic for Judge Murphy. John, who's trying to clear up his schedule, and has suggested that an assistant public defender waive the right to a speedy trial for his client. However, Assistant Public Defender Andrew Weinstock is committed to ensuring his client gets justice and insists he won't waive any case.
All right, what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? I'm not waiting.
The judge and attorney went back and forth and couldn't find common ground. Frustrated, the judge remarked that he would aim at the attorney if he had a stone.
You know, if I had a rock, I would throw it at you, right?
He asked Weinstock to sit down and said he would handle the situation, but the attorney refused, stating that he has a right to stand and defend his clients. But what happened next is where things get a little crazy.
Stop pissing me off. Just sit down. I'll take care of it. I don't need your help.
No,
sit
you know
down.
what? I'm the public defender. I have a right to be here, and I have a right to stand
I said
and represent
sit
my
down.
clients.
If you want to fight, let's go out back and I'll just beat
Let's go
your
back.
ass.
Shockingly, the two men went outside, and although the court camera couldn't capture their fight, we could hear them going at it. Finally, a deputy intervened and separated them. Judge Murphy came back to clapping and cheers from the thoroughly entertained defendants. He took some time to catch his breath and continued proceedings without Weinstock there to interrupt. Weinstock wasn't aware, but Judge Murphy is an ex-military personnel. He was a United States Army colonel and served with the Special Forces in various countries, winning the Bronze Star and 2 meritorious medals. However, his fight with Weinstock was deemed appalling by the Florida Supreme Court, and he was fired. Just when you think you have seen the most drama, Tanner Jacobson and Cody Howard. Tanner and Cody were in court for driving on suspended licenses. Both men will be sentenced to 30 days in jail if found guilty. While both were waiting in the court, they got the idea of escaping, except it wasn't a bright idea, as 1, they were in handcuffs. 2, you can't run from the law.
We were sitting there on the benches together and he's like, I'm gonna run.
28-year-old Howard and 22-year-old Jacobson made a run for it, but they weren't counting on Judge R.W. Buzzard chasing after them. Immediately, the judge saw them run. He removed his robes and gave them a chase. They made it to the final floor, but just before Howard could run through the emergency exit, Judge Buzzard grabbed him and pulled him back. Jacobson made it out of the premises, but he was caught a few blocks away.
I only get like 4 blocks and then I stopped. I just stopped on my own. I'm like, what am I doing right now?
If running away from justice was a person, then these two embodied them. The video of Howard and Jacobson's little run went viral, but earned them a new charge of second-degree escape. For his troubles,
Decision. I don't even know why I did it. I would be out of here if I wouldn't have ran.
I didn't try to escape to get out. I tried to escape to get well, and I tried to do what I could do.
Howard was sentenced to more than 3 years in prison for his attempted escape and other charges. Jacobson, whom the judge caught, saw his sentence go from a potential 30 days to 1 year and a day for just second-degree escape. Dramatic enough? Wait till you hear about the story of Alan McCarty Jr. This is Alan McCarty Jr. McCarty was sentenced to 20 years in prison for threatening to kill Circuit Judge Stasha Warren. McCarty believes Judge Warren is responsible for making him lose his kids in a custody case.
It's being done unconstitutionally. You all took my kids unrightfully. You won't allow my witnesses here.
He called the police, and what he said on this phone call, something I'm sure that officer never expected to hear.
Communications, Warhurst.
Yeah, I want to report a crime that's about to happen.
What do you mean a crime that's about to happen?
Yeah, there's about to be a crime that's going to happen if my kids don't come back to me, you stupid. I got a gun pointed at your building. Where's your Judge Warren at? You going to bring that out in handcuffs and I'm going to execute that right in the street.
The police traced the call and McCarty was arrested and charged to court, but he wouldn't keep quiet. He rained curses on Judge Matt Foxman, who presided over his case. McCarty refused to answer questions and invited Judge Foxman to perform oral sex on him. The judge politely declined and threatened to duct tape his mouth. McCarty wasn't moved by the threat and continued his outburst in curses.
You threatened my life. You.
Back room.
I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. I'm just not standing up. I'm not standing. I don't have to.
Eventually, he was removed from the courtroom and placed in an adjacent room with one-way glass. Still, he continued his rant. McCarty cursed the judge, his attorney, and his wife. The judge added an extra 10 days to McCarty's 20-year sentence for his profanities and curses.